This video has been sponsored by Surfshark.
Welcome back. Look how beautiful this day is here. Unfortunately, it's not great everywhere that I'm going today. In fact, I was not even supposed to be doing this flight today, but because the weather was so crummy out in Yawin yesterday, I was unable to land. If you saw the previous one, I flew down to Nadzeb, had to shoot the approach, did a time lapse back, and yeah, it just didn't work out for me. So this is gonna be try number 2. So it is also gonna be really cloudy out there today, according to what the weather is. I'm gonna go over that with you guys in just a minute. But before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and do my walk around. I've already fueled up, I'm already loaded because I was already loaded yesterday. So let's do the walk around, get out of here, and I'll go over the weather with you guys. I wanna take a quick second to tell you guys about today's video sponsor, Surfshark VPN. Now, Surfshark has been a video sponsor for a couple of years on my channel, and it's because it's a product that I actually use while in the United States, as well as here in PNG. And if you're unfamiliar with what a VPN is, it's a virtual private network. It's an app on your phone or your computer that keeps your online identity safe by actually encrypting all the data being sent from your device to the internet. So a VPN actually changes your virtual location of your device and gives it a new one by changing its IP address. Now you might be asking yourself, how does that help me? Well, what it allows you to do is actually change your device's location to another country, which allows you to unlock different sites and services that you might be blocked from that you don't even know it. So the way I like to use Surfshark is I change my location back to the United States, which actually unlocks all of Amazon Prime videos, TV shows, as well as Netflix. Now you might be asking yourself, well, I live in the United States, so how does that really help me? So how this can benefit you is you can actually change your location to say the UK or Australia and actually unlock even more of Netflix movie library that you never even knew about. Now I think one of the best things about Surfshark is you can put as many devices on one account. So you're paying for one subscription. So if you've got a family or you just have a lot of devices and you don't want to have multiple subscriptions, because a lot of them out there only give you about 5 devices, Surfshark is the way to go to save you some money. Now, one of the features about Surfshark is called split tunneling, which actually allows you to pick which apps and which websites you want to encrypt or not. So if you find your internet is starting to run a little bit slower while using the VPN while on YouTube, you can actually bypass YouTube within Surfshark, but continue to be protecting all of your remaining traffic. So if you sign up today, use my link down below and enter my code, you'll get an additional 4 free months. And the great thing about Surfshark is they offer a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's no risk to try it out. The low fog is rolling in quick, so I need to get out of here before it closes me in. Let's get out of here. Otherwise it might be another hour or so. Alright, low idle.
Goroka Tower, November Tango Alpha.
G's coming up at a normal rate. ITT's coming up at a nice rate. Everything else looks in the green.
November Tango Alpha, Guru Tower, morning truce to go ahead.
Yeah, morning true. November Tango Alpha, taxi to Ichutong, 1 POB.
November Tango Alpha, and I taxi to runway 35 right and line up. Wind light and variable connection 1019, temperature 17.
I'll taxi and line up 35 right with 1019er, November Tango Alpha. Goroka Tower, November Tango Kilo, request taxi Yawin 1 POB, copy company and 1019er. Their flight plan in here. We're going up to 9,000. I've got a cold today. Hopefully I don't have to go too much higher.
And November Tango Kilo, Kilo taxi, you can expect to taxi to runway 17 left and backtrack behind company November Tango Alpha. Stand by for time check.
November Tango Kilo can expect a taxi behind company and line up 17 left. November Kilo. November Tango Alpha, ready for takeoff.
November Tango Alpha, runway 35 right, depart on track, clear for takeoff.
35 right, on track, clear for takeoff, November Tango Alpha.
November 10 Kilo, in turn with caution, backtrack runway 17 left, and line up, report ready, time check 2200.
Go to backtrack, line up 17 left, November Tango Kilo. Our overspeed, looks like the fog's thinning out a little bit already, so that's good. Right over speed governor checked out. 9,940 pounds, 1 POB. Let's go ahead and get sent on that. And our rotate speed today is going to be 62 knots. Looks like the fog is just sitting at the end of the runway, about halfway up, but I should be able to outclimb that today. High idle and then beta. Our rotate speed at 62 knots.
Air November, Tango Alpha departed at 59, tracking 335, not above 8,000, circuit Ichutong at 58.
November 10 Kilo, ready for departure.
November 10 Kilo, runway 17 left, make left turn, clear for takeoff.
17 left turn, clear for takeoff, November 10 Kilo. Ignition, condition, flaps 20, fuel and harnesses, checklist is complete. Rotate 62. There's our torque is set, ITTs should be around 720, there we go. I feel heavy today. There's 50 and continuing. There's 62 and rotate. I'll just initially pitch up for my best angle climb, pop over these low scuzzy clouds. Now we're up and over them. Now we can reduce our angle of attack, figure out what we're gonna do to get out of here. Looks like it's pretty nice weather getting out of the Goroka Valley itself. That shouldn't be an issue. Really, once I get into the Ramu Valley is where I'm expecting the clouds. Like I said, I was going to go over the weather with you, so I need to bring that open in just a second. Broke Tower, November Tango Kilo. Departed time 02. We'll be tracking 088 on climb 9,000. Correction, 11,000. We'll be requesting to transit NADZEB airspace at 11,000 direct Yawan.
November 10 Kilo, confirm that'll be amended level 11,000, and go ahead, you estimate Yawan.
Affirmative, amended 11,000, Yawan 37, November 10 Kilo.
November 10 Kilo, thanks, 11,000 in NADZEB controlled airspace, and contact Mosby on primary VHF 123 decimal 9, signal HF 8861 at 15 miles.
1239er 886115, November Kilo. 123 decimal 9er for that, 8861 for HF. It is 8 o'clock and we are coming out of here at Goroka. It looks really nice. A little bit of low clouds down here to the south, which is showing right here. And coming out here to Yawin, it's looking pretty nice as well. That's actually 7, so let me head on up to 9, close to the time I'll be getting 8:30 to 9. Gotta go rain and thunder. We got some rain down by NADZEB potentially, and it looks fairly clear going all the way out there. So we might actually not. I mean, I just checked this a few minutes ago and they must have just updated it again because it looked worse when I checked it a few minutes ago. If we head over here to visibility, yeah, it actually looks like all that red, which is like 1 to 1.5 miles visibility, is all moved down more towards the coast. That probably shouldn't pose any problems, whereas before it was kind of showing the whole way. Next, we're going to go cloud base. It's all green, which is 5,000 and above, so, I don't know. And then let's head on down here to our medium clouds. And you can see it's just green everywhere. So, and then the white is like low clouds. So, my guess is once we get out of this valley, you can kind of see up there, there's kind of already a cloud layer overcast. This said, weather is good. High scattered clouds. Okay, good, because I tried calling them and I couldn't get a hold of them. So, they must have just finally got a hold of them. So, that is good for us getting out to Yawin this morning. I'd really hate to not be able to get them again today. Over here to the big screen, all that red and yellow is just my terrain, which means there's some mountains coming up. I don't usually fly with it on because it's a distraction to me. because I like to see kind of what it's actually showing, different colors of browns and things, and that will help me determine what the weather is probably going to do. If it's in an area that I'm unfamiliar with, or there is a lot of clouds and I'm down low and I'm just not really sure exactly 100% if this is the valley I want, I flip that on. For the most of the time, I usually have it on my little inset down here, so I have it on, but I just don't have it on my big screen up here. In the past, here at Yawin, when we first started coming out here, we did have quite a few issues with chickens on the runway, things like that. We have not had any issues for a while. The grass has been cut. Brad and I have been doing these allocation flights for some new missionaries out there, flying a ton of lumber out there and building supplies to build 3 houses for some new missionaries out there. Since January, we have flown 116 flights between the two of us out here, so we have done a ton of flights. I've only posted a handful just to keep you guys from the boredom of going to the same place like I was. But this load right here is the absolute last load out of Nadzab that I had to fly. Like I said, I wasn't able to land in there yesterday with it, so I had to come back to Goroka, and now I'm trying again, try number 2. Doesn't look too bad up there. I can see the ridgeline all the way along the Finisterre Mountains and kind of continuing on along the other way. So actually looks quite a bit better than I was originally expecting this morning when I was getting ready. So makes my life easier. Mars B8861, November Tango Kilo transfer. Morning, November Tango Kilo 15 miles to the east of Goroka, passing 10,000 on climb 11,000, estimating yaw wind at 3-6.
November Tango Kilo, there is unit 1009 and clearance to transit control area. From Goroka track 088 to Yawan and transit at 11,000.
Copy 1009, clear to transit Nadzab's airbase. Direct Goroka, Yawin, 11,000, November 10 Kilo.
November 10 Kilo.
We are just now leveling off at 11,000 feet. We'll get our speeds up, and then we're going to go over the airstrip chart with you guys, so you guys can see kind of how I prep myself before I go into a mountain airstrip. And just mentally kind of prepare what I need to do, and thinking about if... November 10 Kilo, go ahead.
November 10 Kilo, approaching 40 near me, Nadzab, contact Nadzab approach 186.
40 DME contact approach, November 10 Kilo. You guys can see down here, we're at 63 miles right now. I've got it set up on 113.9 up here, which is just the VOR out of Nadzab. So that's the, that's what they're going to be using, is off of the Nadzab VOR. Again, my airstrip chart here. We're going to be landing, make sure it says Yawin. It's a one-way airstrip. 4,400 touchdown zone. Touchdown zone is actually 8%, but if you scroll up here, it comes all the way up to a 15.8% slope, kind of about 2/3 of the way into the runway. And it's fairly rough on takeoff, for sure. Landing, it's not too bad at all. But we've got potential animals on runway. It's soft in the touchdown zone, kind of off to the left a little bit, so if you're not centered on there, it could potentially kind of want to pull you off. Bring back our torque to 1250. And depending on which way the winds are coming, it makes me really kind of prepare my mind on what I need to do. So if the winds on my base are coming from behind me or from the left, I'm going to expect some pretty strong tailwinds and some downdrafts right as I turn my final. But then I'm also going to have to shorten up my final, because basically on this one, when I turn my wings level, I'm committed to land, because there's a big mountain off this side and a big mountain off this side, and then like a rising terrain valley kind of going up this way. So I really have wings level, don't see anything, or if I see something I need to go around, it's just immediately right hand turn out. Expect black hole effect on base 30 to 60 minutes after sunrise, so I should be good now because the sun's up high enough. Could be an issue. Basically, if you're not familiar with what the black hole is the sun is right in your face and all the mountains in front of you just turn black. Like you can't see how close they are, their altitudes, anything. So it's really dangerous. And if you guys want to see what it actually looks like, here is what it looks like. It's a pretty cool little place. Looks like we do have rain up there all along in between here and the ridge line, but it looks like it's just a really light rain because I can still see the ridge line. Should not pose a problem. As I've approached, November Tango Kilo, 40 DME, passing the 305 radial, maintaining 1000, estimating yaw wind, time 38.
November Tango Kilo, Roger, report crossing the 320 radial.
Report again, 320, November Kilo. I'm going to go ahead and put my heading bug on 320 because I tend to forget these things. I'm going to look to see what my landing speed is here. 72 knots. Like I was saying earlier, it's an 8% slope, so anything over 7, I'm going to add a knot. So I'm going to add 2 more knots. So let's come down here to 72, and we're going to go 74 knots. I think I just said that right. Yep, okay. Those selectors we'll get in a minute. Our brakes are good. Our TAWs we will turn off here in a minute. Our VREF, which is our approach speed, set up. Lights and inlets, we can get that now. If we have to go around, it's wings level, power up, right hand turn out, 20 degrees flaps. We set our ITT to max ITT, 740, and pitch for the climb. Looks like the rain was just in the middle of the valley, not on top of the ridge line here, so looks like it's pretty clear out here. Definitely some kind of rain and scuzzy weather out over the ocean area. Look way out here, all in that area, but it looks pretty doable for where I'm going. Turn our altitude select all the way down to 6,000. Come over here to flight plan. Turn this down here to 6,000. There we go, enter. And right now, so go ahead and hit the vertical direct. If we were to activate that now, we would need 439 feet per minute. I'm going to bring it to where it's close to probably like 800 feet per minute. Because as the mountains come up, I don't want to come down at a really shallow descent because then I'm going to have to level off, descent, level off to get over top of each one of the ridges. Because I've got 2 more ridges to head over before I get into the actual valley where Yawin is.
Tango Kilo, approach.
November Tango Kilo crossing the 315 radial. Top of descent this time for Yawin.
November Tango Kilo, approach.
As I've approached, November Tango Kilo crossing the 315 radial. Top of descent this time for Yawin. Okay, I'll try radio number 1. As I've approached, November Tango Kilo, how do you read?
November Tango Kilo, reading you, 324 now. OTA traffic. Delta Mike, departed net for Bongoat, tracking 350, climbing not above 10,000, and standby for estimate.
Copy, Sierra Alpha Mike and November Tango Kilo crossing the 320 radial, top of descent for Yawin.
November Tango Kilo, Roger, Philip control airspace on descent Yawin. Contact Maxi 123.9er 8861 5565 OCTA.
Clear to leave controlled airspace on descent, Yaw 1, contact Moresby 1239er 886155565, November 10 Kilo.
November Tango Kilo, you can expect estimate for Delta Mike from Moresby.
November 10 Kilo. Up to 570. We're still technically in their airspace through this little tiny box right here. So once I get just past that, I'll start my descent and we'll switch over to Moresby. Looks like a little bit of rain just to the kind of the northeast of Yaw. Hopefully it has not moved its way into the valley, because that's really going to pose a problem. If it's raining on the windshield, I can't land. If I have some water droplets, then I can land, but if it's like actively raining, I can't, because it's really difficult to see where you're coming in, and the flare and everything like that, it's all messed up with the water because you're going slow, it's not beating off, so it just poses a dangerous situation landing on mountain runways in rain. Other places we can land with rain, just mountain runways we cannot.
Delta Mike, approach.
Specifically sloped runways.
November Tango Kilo, just confirm your estimate, Yaw 1.
38, November Kilo.
November Tango Kilo.
We'll do vertical speed, click it on down to 600 feet per minute initially, and start the descent, fly zooming past 600 feet per minute, and then I'll click it up to 800 feet. There's 600, 650, 700, now it's going up to 8. There's 750, and then we'll kind of level off. There we go. Moresby 8861, November Tango Kilo, transfer.
November Tango Kilo, Moresby, go ahead.
November Tango Kilo, left 1000 on descent, Yaw 1 estimating, Yaw 137, copy traffic, Sierra Alpha Mike.
November Tango Kilo, QNH 1009er.
1009er, November Kilo. Up in harness, we've got gear, and we've got closing off our search and rescue once we get into the circuit or land. Also, stay tuned to the end of this video. I have a little bit of time today because all this wood has to be hiked up to the houses that they've been building. I will walk up with you guys today to show you the houses that they've been building since January. I've been keeping all of my patrons up to date on what's been going on with that project, but I don't think I've ever walked up there with you guys, so stay tuned to the end. We'll go up there and see what they've been working on. Also, if you guys would like to pick up one of my books, I've got a coffee table album for you guys. It covers almost all of the locations that I fly for here in Papua New Guinea. It's a pretty cool book, I think, because it covers a little bit of history or a little bit of culture. Most of the shots are drone shots. Some of them are ones that I've taken. Anyway, if you guys have not, check out my website, because I think you guys are going to enjoy that. We're going to fly over top and around and come right back over here to these hills before we do a 180 into a base. So it's not really a standard circuit here. Moresby 8861, November Tango Kilo in the circuit, Yaw 1, report after landing.
November Tango Kilo.
All stations, Yaw 1, Kodiak November Tango Kilo in the circuit, Yaw 1. Once we get below 138 knots is when we can start getting our flaps down in there. So I'll do 138 in the corner, I'll get down to 120, I'll do 20 degrees, and then we'll start descending out to 5,300 feet out there. I can bring my torque all the way back down to probably around 400, and that will give me my speeds and my descent rate that I'm looking for. There's 6,000 right over this ridge. The turn, I'll probably start bleeding off some pretty good speed. Once I get my flaps in, there we go, that will also really slow me down quick. Oh, looks like they've got all three houses up. They've got solar on them. They have water tanks. That's exciting to see the whole process after all these mini flights coming out here. There's 20 degrees. We'll shallow our descent a little bit. I don't see anything on the runway that I can see. I was just out here yesterday and the runway was in good condition, so. There's 58, or correction, there's 5,500. We're going out to 5,300. We want 94 knots here on our considered downwind. Up in harness is good. Flaps to go. We'll get flaps around this corner. There's 1.4, full flaps. Checklist is complete for as far as we can go. Reduce a tiny bit of power in the base. I mean, it's so very, very little. On down to 84 knots. Lose the sunglasses now. Want 4850 over this last ridge. Very, very close to the trees, like a good 30 feet, 20 feet, something like that. Oh, pretty close. I'm going to be turning my turn at 80 knots, so slowing. Winds 3 knots from the right. These are 80 knots.
500.
Up under 4850. There you go, perfect. Use power, start back trimming. And 74 knots, turning final. Is there 74? Bump our power back in to hold it. Runway looks good. Committed. That might be something on the runway, chickens or something now coming out. 24 knots. Descent's nice.
500.
Descent's 450. No birds. Over here to the right because it's pretty soft right down the middle. My Ford Yoke because I'm pretty heavy in the aft. Where's the 8861 November Tango Kilo on the ground Yawan, cancel SAR.
November Tango Kilo, Yawan south terminated.
November Kilo. Hey guys, stay to the end. I'm going to walk up this hill and show you guys those houses I was telling you about. They built 3 houses over the past 4 months.
Okay, so it's just about a 2-minute walk up the hill. It's really not that far, but just for reference, this house I'm going to show you. Well, they've done 3 houses in the past 3 months. This last one they built in 19 days. So, yeah, pretty quick. I'm sure these guys are super helpful. We're thankful that all the people here at Yawan are helping them carry up all the lumber. Like I said, we've done 116 flights out here. Roughly each one is around 750 to 800 kgs, I'm assuming, right around that range. This is the house that they just finished this week, almost. 19 days so far to build this one, so let's just go inside real quick. All right, coming together good. Now each house is different. There's 3 houses and each one's different, right?
That's right, yeah.
Okay.
Just based on according to each family's needs and what we are able to bring in, we're limited by those 2 things really.
Yep, and just for the viewers, they're probably wondering, why did we have to fly all the lumber when there's trees out here? Why did we fly most of this lumber in here? I mean, this stuff, granted, you're not gonna be able to get out here, but...
Yeah, that's a great question. There's actually a conservation that's really close to our area that has actually not allowed the people and us to be able to cut the lumber to mill to build our houses, and it's actually almost too valleys and mountains away that we would have to cut the lumber, which is really, really far, and it would put a really big burden on the people to actually have to help us to carry all the lumber. So we were able to do that with the planes and all the other resources.
Yeah, it's one thing to walk it up 100 to 150 meters, but to walk it from, I'll show you guys in a minute, but the mountain over there, it'd be horrendous. Well, cool. And we haven't flown out your appliances, things like that yet, have we?
Yeah, so our freezer fridge, our 12-volt freezer fridge is on our coworker's house. We have a twin tub washer, so yeah, you can look that up and see what that's like. Our solar is in, our solar hot water heater's in. It's down in an office workspace down below this house, and so yeah.
And how many watts of solar for those that might care, do you know?
So I don't know exactly. There's 8 panels and 6 batteries.
Okay, so they're probably what, 250, 300 a piece?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so 2,500-ish or something like that, so. Cool, let me walk around and go down the hill. So the first one they started building was up here, and then the second one, or no, this was, I think this is maybe the first. Then the second one is up here, and then this is the third. And let me show you, I don't know if they have them here. Do you guys have the water tanks down here yet, or no? Okay, so down here, right there's a water tank. Water's fed off the roof down into that tank. That's what they use for all their water for their house. And then this one right here. And then another one up, way up there. So those water tanks were actually flown in by our helicopter pilot Josh, and sling loaded from, I think, Nadzab all the way up here. And then they just dropped them on top of one of the houses when they had the flooring and stuff like that done. Okay. So down here we've got like an office and things for their solar. Yeah, here's their solar setup. And this is enough to do hopefully all their needs. I mean, there's quite a few of the missionaries around PNG that have already run these types of setups, so they didn't have to create it from scratch. And this is just an office for translation and
language stuff. This is where we'll do a lot of the more private, conversations and things for learning culture and language.
Awesome. And then for reference, you guys, down here, I mean, there's this huge cliff over here, drops off all the way down there, 500 feet at least, and then we've got another probably 500 feet. I mean, this ridge is where I come over at 6,000, so I mean, you'd be coming down like 1,500 feet and back up maybe 500 to 1,000 feet if they had to cut the wood, which is all the way over there. So really just not feasible at all. I mean, it would take 10 times longer and way more work, so. All right, well, I'm gonna end the video here before I lose all my wind walking back up this hill and back down to the plane. Hope you guys enjoyed this walk around. If you guys want to see more content like this on the ground, check out my Patreon page, where I've been keeping all of my patrons up to date, and also YouTube members up to date on this build progress and things, as well as other places all around PNG. So thanks guys, see you next time. Don't forget guys, check out the link down below, enter my code, get 4 additional free months today. Thanks Surfshark for sponsoring this video.
7 hours driving on the highway, far away, far away, far away. Every moment I was spending on regrets was such a waste, such a waste, such a waste. Looking on the city lights, flashing bright in my eyes. Look up to the sky and I got this relief inside. Then there's no need to hide.